Hey guys, thanks for tuning into Wildcard Wednesday. Today we're going to be talking about opportunity and what it is, why you should be interested in looking for it, how to identify it, and why you should care. Right? So, why do we care about opportunity? We care about opportunity because opportunity is just the vehicle that enables you to grow. And I think for someone like me who values freedom above all else, opportunity is my vehicle to obtain freedom. And that comes in the form of, financial stability, financial, um, independence from, a 9 to 5 or, I don't have to answer to anybody. Um, it also, opportunity to me also is a way for me to create positive social impact, right? So when I'm looking at opportunities, I'm looking for is this is there a problem that I can solve that other people may also be facing and would value the solution that I come up with? Two, um, if that's the case, how much positive social impact can I create by virtue of disseminating the solution? And three, how will embarking on the journey or following the steps and walking the path to solving these problems, how will that enable me to grow as an individual and cultivate the character traits, skills, etc. that I envision my best self to have, right? So if all those targets are hit, that's how I recognize that something's an opportunity. And I think a lot of times it's easy to look for opportunity when everything's going good. But conversely, when everything's going good, you feel comfortable. And opportunity by nature presents itself in times of struggle or challenge or uncertainty, right? So a lot of the time, when it's smooth sailing, you're not going to really feel motivation to take. You're not even gonna, it's like opportunity is not even going to be registering on your radar because you're not in the mindset. You're not uncomfortable. You're not looking to uh, become or enter a more comfortable state, right? Like if you are struggling to provide for yourself, struggling to pay rent, struggling to buy groceries, opportunities to make money are going to seem much more plentiful than if everything's cushy and you don't have to worry about that. Or, I think you guys kind of get what I'm trying to say. I don't know if that example was, optimal for illustrating that point, but ultimately, opportunity presents itself in times of challenge, right? And that's why it's so important to always be looking to grow and develop and always reinforcing your goals literally every day because in those times where you're comfortable and you're like, oh, it doesn't matter if I don't work on this because I'm doing all right. I got a job. I have friends. I have a social life. I have a social circle. Um, things are good for me. It's okay if I don't grow. Um, if you don't have things that you're working on and things that you kind of root in your identity that you want to develop in, then all those opportunities are just going to pass you by. And then when you eventually get to the point where you're unsatisfied or you're unhappy, you look back and you're saying to yourself, damn, I wasted all this time where I could have been, if I just had known that, this activity or event or, mechanism was available to me and could get me from point A to point B so much faster, I would have taken it. But that's an unfair judgment because you weren't even in that mindset to be able to identify that kind of thing. So now we kind of set up the framework of why we care about opportunity, what it is. I just want to give you guys some words of encouragement. I think life is hard. Everyone has their own struggles, their own challenges. um, and some things that I have found that make it a lot easier to, interact with opportunities through entropy, just like without putting in work, just randomly. Um, all comes back to cultivating your social skills, right? Everybody's on a different life path. Everyone has different skill sets. Everyone has different characteristics, right? And everyone is at different stages in their lives and has encountered different types of problems that, you know, either you have faced or you will face or you won't face. But I think all that wisdom and experience is valuable. And to that end, it's really important to interface with, you know, your social network. I like one of the weaknesses that I have in that regard is I am pretty much completely off the grid on social media. Like I haven't updated my LinkedIn since, you know, I want to say junior year of high school. So I'm like, that's what I'm working on now. But just developing a presence online, because that's kind of it seems like whether you like it or not, social media is almost a pseudo reality, and it also gives you leverage, right? You can interact with, you know, two to the power of whatever more people via social media than, you know, just trying to walk up to random people or say, have conversations with everybody you see. Um, so I think the best way to find and encounter opportunities is to use your social network, right? When you meet people, instead of having small talk, oh, it's hot today, whoop de woo, I stubbed my toe the other day, how are you doing? I mean, you can do that for the first minute or whatever, but I think what's much more valuable is talking to people to find out things that they're genuinely interested in, and then asking them about the lessons that they've learned as they've pursued their interests. Like, you don't know it. Well, it's hard to judge, who's successful and who's not successful just on first impressions, um, because you can only know so much about someone. So if you kind of take the mindset of, I'm going to treat everyone with compassion, with kindness, and I'm going to be genuinely interested in their lives and ask them questions about the things that they care about, it all kind of comes back full circle. Um, so, I wish I had something more profound to say on this topic, but to me, it's pretty simple. Like, opportunity is always around you. Um, you just kind of have to make sure that you're always uncomfortable, that you're embracing challenge, so that, opportunity is very contrasted with, your day to day. And then also, you're interacting with other people. So you kind of get exposure to opportunities that are in their immediate sphere of influence, kind of by proximity and through interacting with them. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I really wanted to say. This was kind of just a fun little topic. I may want to come back around and do another video on this in like a more, I don't know, academic or like flushed out sense, but also find value in, figuring out what my true thoughts are on a topic matter, and that before even, you know, pulling from external sources and what other people think. But that aside, today was pretty good. We got some progress in the Jaguar animation, added hair. It looks jank, but it's hair. And I have a walking animation for the Jaguar, so I just got to finish the jumping and the running, and then I'm gonna put it in the game, and I'll do like you know, I'll talk a little bit, walk around in like that tutorial zone that I had made, that is gonna change, but I'll just kind of showcase what the Jaguar looks like in Unreal, and so look forward to that on tomorrow. And then I guess Friday is gonna be Fitness Friday. I think I kind of want to do a physique update. It's been 3 weeks, so probably not enough time to see anything crazily substantial. I think, what is it like? There's some saying that it's like you notice changes in your body 3 to 4 weeks after you kind of have been working and training, and then people close to you will notice in 6 to 8 weeks, and then people that see you every you know couple of weeks or every week or whatever, that see you relatively infrequently, they will notice 10 to 12 weeks after you've started a new regimen. So per that adage, probably a little bit early, but I've been noticing that my arms feel fuller. They look a little bit fuller, at least to me, and I'm getting stronger in my vertical pressing, shoulder pressing, and my dips. So I'll do like a little physique update, and then I've had not necessarily a change in philosophy, but like I think a change in goals, like fitness goals for myself. I am trying to incorporate. Well, I said from the outset, I'm trying to incorporate more mobility, more flexibility stuff, and I think calisthenics is a really fun and uh, different way of pushing those end ranges of motion under load. Um, so I'm trying to like incorporate a little bit more of that in my training, um, and a goal that I tentatively have set for myself is to be able to do a planche by this time next year. So October 30th. It's a little spooky right before Halloween. But yeah, I want to be able to do a planche and handstand push-ups. And I think that this is a reasonable goal, although I know the timeline, for most people coming into calisthenics, it can take years to learn a planche. But I think it may be reasonable for me to have this expectation because I already have a pretty strong training base, and I understand my body, and I know how to recover from training every day, as well as I'm fairly strong in vertical pressing. I can shoulder press 90s for sets of 6. So once I'm able to do 110 for like a set of 6, I feel like my vertical pressing strength should be sufficient because I'm somewhere between 200 and 220 pounds right now. And then also same thing for dips, right? So I can do, I haven't done 3 plates on a dip, but I've done 2 plates in a 25 for 8. So I assume that it's like doing 3 plates for a dip is reasonable. So I only really need to add 2 plates to my dip to have sufficient pressing strength, I think, and then the rest is going to be core, abs. I've been doing dragonflies for a pretty long time. I guess not a long time, but semi-consistently for a year. So I do like sets of 10, 4 sets of 10, up and down, and then sometimes I do holds at the bottom. So I think I should be okay core strength wise. It's really just a matter of having that shoulder strength and tricep strength. So look forward to that on Friday. sorry to kind of get distracted. I hope this video was, thought-provoking. If you agree with me, let me know in the comments. If you disagree, let me know. As always, thanks for tuning in. Wish the best for you guys. Stay juicy.